How to be awesome even when you don't feel like it.
That's nice.
Step 1, pull out your power journal. How to be awesome even when you don't feel
it. We are live on YouTube. This is Caleb with the FunnelFlow Mastermind. My A-team panel. Chuck the man with the cats.
Meow.
Coach Scott Landis. Dr. Jason, the Doctor of Love. And chiropractic. So
you are?
I'm Caleb. Marketing consultant, nurse, an all-around nice guy. This is the FunnelFlow Mastermind. Thank you for attending. If you are watching this on the YouTubes or at a later date, why aren't you here in the live call? Why aren't they here in the live call, Chuck?
I don't know.
Okay, so what are the benefits of the live call as opposed to watching a recording while you're sitting on the toilet?
You get your answers now. You can actually ask questions in the moment.
That's right. That's right. What's another benefit of being here live?
Part of the mastermind is being together and sharing our wins and losses, and knowing that you're not in this journey alone. Right.
Amen to that. Amen to that. It's all about just showing up together, that community, bearing one another's burdens, as we say in the church world, the Christian world. Well, today we're going to help Jason with a little bit of mindset, and then we're going to dive into some tactical stuff. Jason, you want to kind of repeat where you were at before I told you to stop talking, so I could click live on YouTube.
You can record it.
No, I was just, Scott asked me what my flow was like in the practice, and I was just saying right now it's really slow. It's been slow since I started, just trying to reach people to be able to have them come in so I can help them. I was kind of talking about how I thought some of that was related to my scheduling, my hours in the office, which has been limited because of pandemic and helping my daughter with school and my wife working from home and maintaining that. So I expect in the next couple weeks to be able to expand that to a full day, because right now I'm only there half the day. But I think some people that might be looking at coming in to see me or looking and saying, oh, those hours don't work for me, so I'm not going to go in. And so I don't know that for certain, but I suspect that just obviously the more I'm there, the more available I am, and it's the more convenient for people. So
Jeff, welcome. We're glad to have you here today. So
what's up, everybody?
Hey, Jeff.
So Jason, what I hear you're saying is that there's some logistical issues in your practice that you feel are hampering growth, hampering sales. Is that correct?
I think that's a component. Yeah. I think.
Okay. All right. Now, I'd like to talk about commodity versus offer. Okay. What are some attributes of a commodity? Anybody? Scott,
it's easy to get anywhere.
Yeah. Chuck, you want to pull up the dictionary, get us some, Merriam-Webster? I saw that one, Chuck. So, I forget you have two screens, so you're not eye rolling. You're looking at your.
He's also eye rolling.
He's like
multitasking.
It's all part of the fun.
Okay, commodity you can get anywhere. What are some other aspects of a commodity?
It's price based.
There you go.
Compete on price.
Commodity, price based, maybe convenience based. Yep. Coffee for the most part, it's kind of a commodity. It's like wherever you're closest, and as long as it's of reasonable quality, right?
When I did the search for commodity, it says a useful or valuable thing such as water or time. And that just goes right into what Jason was saying. Time.
Useful. What did he say? Useful or what?
Valuable thing.
All right. Hey, we have Graham Dessert coming on
Nice.
the webinar.
Must have seen us on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had dinner yet, and we're already having dessert.
Whoa! Look at that.
Oh, good. He got the
we got a
memo.
new guy. Hey, new guy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey. We're doing some really important stuff here, but we're going to pause. We're going to put a pin in that for just a minute. This is Graham Dessert, part of Team Victory. I told Scott here your story, and he simply calls you Abs now.
Yeah, it's okay if I call you Abs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Nickname.
problem. No problem. You call me Abs.
All right.
Graham, you want to just introduce yourself, and
Mhm.
we can just go around the table and do some niceties real quick, and we can get back to what we're talking about.
Sure. Absolutely. So my name's Graham. I live out in Carlsbad, California, married, 5 kids, 1 grandchild. Just exited out of a business that I founded. When did it was 2008 as a roofing company, roofing and solar.
Nice.
And transitioning into actually doing performance and leadership coaching, which is something, I mean, I've been doing it anyways in my business. So now it's time to actually focus on that. Love music, love working out, hanging out with my kids and my wife, and going to the beach. There you go.
Right. And I met Graham at Ben's Prayer. That's where I do all my good prospecting, consulting work.
Yeah. So what about you guys? Where are all you guys from?
Jeff, start with you.
I'm Jeff Bowie. Nice to meet you, Graham. And in Seattle, Washington. Do a few handful of things. One of the things I'm working on with Caleb and here is to drive more traffic to my sales and sales management coaching business. So we're
Awesome.
working on we built a funnel, working on driving some traffic to it, and I definitely need lots of help. So
Awesome.
keep your ears on.
Good. Well, if I can learn from you. Awesome.
Chuck Hoskovec, welcome.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm up in the Seattle area too. I have a marketing company, helping local businesses with search engine optimization, some web design, things like that. And we've been working on a funnel with Caleb for our conversion monster to help people with do-it-yourself SEO. And I got to say, man, you don't look old enough to have a grandchild, so good for you. Welcome to the club.
Thanks.
Not the
man.
grandchildren club, though.
Yeah.
Chuck,
No.
you don't know Chuck.
True that.
Awesome, man.
Coach Scott.
Yeah, so up until since October, I'm living in the Phoenix area. Before that, Portland area, where I'm currently at on a little vacation with the kids at my parents' house, and I am mostly working with relationships, doing performance coaching in worked in business and but now I'm mostly working in relationships. Similar coaching probably to what you're talking about.
Awesome. How long have you been in the Phoenix area? I'm sorry if I
Just since October.
Since October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's probably a good time to leave since it's, ridiculously hot and,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you, so you're into performance coaching and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I have my platform's called Awaken Life Academy, and it's just personal development, accountability, group coaching, and working on personal growth. And then over the last 10 years, my wife and I have worked a lot with relationships and marriages. And so we're very relationship focused. But, it takes two individuals to make a great relationship. So we have kind of a combo platter there.
Awesome, man. There's a couple that you may or may not know them. De Lorenzo's.
I've heard of them, yeah.
They do an intimacy and marriage podcast.
Mhm.
They actually writing a new book. He was just telling me about that. So I'll have to,
you obviously know him.
yeah, it's called The Three Pillars of Intimacy is the book.
Cool. I'll check it out.
I never intended to start a coach mastermind, but that's kind of what's happening. Chuck's kind of like the odd man out, so we still let him in. But yeah. Last but not least, Dr. Jason.
I am. My name is Jason. I'm Jason Vanderford. I'm a chiropractor. I live in Carlsbad, but I practice in San Marcos. And I am married with one child.
And what are we trying to do? What's your mastermind goal,
Awesome,
Jason?
man.
I'm looking to drive. Thank you. I'm looking to drive more patients to my practice.
That's right. Doesn't Jason need to be at Tuesday Men's Prayer?
Yeah, man. If you live in San Diego, I mean, you're in the area. You're in or you live in Carlsbad. It's just right down the street from you. The office is just right there. So
You got to be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go next week if you're heading over there.
I'll pick you up.
Yeah. Ready.
5:30 in the
Yeah,
morning.
I'll pick you up Tuesday.
Okay.
Great. All right, cool. So, welcome, Graham. So what we were talking about is, Jason, you want to give your background real quick, 30 seconds, and we'll go back into our exercise here.
What we were just talking about.
Yeah, regarding this.
Okay, so basically, what I was telling the guys was that I was thinking that one of the things I was struggling with was the number of hours that I was in the practice has been limited because of pandemic issues and getting my daughter to school and doing her schoolwork and my wife working from home. So what I've done is I've basically limited my hours in the practice to like 12 to 6. And I think it's one of the things that may have people struggling to get in, because when they look at the Google My Business, my webpage, or Yelp, they'll see that my hours are not what they want. Like they want to get in earlier, or I'm not available. So that was kind of even though that's going to change in the near future, I think that's something that was what we were talking about.
So, so there's some things outside of your control, Jason, that are kind of limiting or dictating how you can run your business right now. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I feel the same way in my business. I felt the same way in my junk removal business. I'm sure you felt the same way in your roofing business, Graham. Sometimes there's just some things outside of our control in how we can operate our business on a daily, weekly business, the structure of it. All right. I would love to be not having this mastermind call at 6:30 in the morning, right? But there's just things in my life. This is the only time I can do it. And so there has been, that has been a barrier for some people being part of this call. Just they don't want to wake up early or whatever. I don't know. So if we're providing a service that you can find other places, if you're not absolutely unique, you run the risk of being a commodity, right? You can get it anywhere. It's price-based. I remember in my junk removal business, I mean, that was the first thing they wanted to know. How much did it cost? How much did it cost? Because in their mind, they need this service done. It's kind of a commodity. They don't care where they get it done. They just, they want the fastest service and the lowest price, right? That's the consumer. Selfishly, that's what they want, right? That's just how consumers are, right? It's convenience-based. It's useful. It's something you need, but someone offers you a lower price or a coupon or something, bam, all loyalty goes away. So we want to stay away from the commodity in our offerings. All right. We may think that we're unique, but a lot of the consumer is kind of saying, okay, well, what do you do? Who else does this? Who does this for the cheapest price? Okay. So what are some components of an offer?
Irresistible.
Irresistible. Well, yeah, I'm going to put that down here because I think there are the other things that the other attributes of an offer that are going to make it irresistible. Irresistible. An offer in itself isn't necessarily irresistible.
Solving a problem.
Commodities solve a problem. This coffee I got this morning solved the problem. I was in a foggy state of mind, right? This commodities can solve problems. Orange juice is a commodity. It solves a problem that your kid's thirsty in the morning. So,
Unique.
unique. Unique. What does the dictionary say, Chuck?
Or offer.
Mm-hmm. Grammar. What are some attributes of an offer as opposed to a commodity?
I mean, it has a price. Isn't there a price attached to it?
Yeah, I would say it's more, so a commodity is price-based, and offer would be value-based.
High perceived value.
Yeah.
I
So,
see. Okay.
perceived value.
It's an expression of readiness to do, pardon me, to do or give something if desired.
Mhm. I would say an offer, in our sense, it's I don't know how it compares to commodity, but you're offering a result, right? It's not just one thing, or it could be like a result or an experiential. All right. Let's just keep with this coffee example. So coffee is a commodity, right? But anybody ever gone to Phil's Coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you describe the experience at Phil's?
Yeah. Totally. It's custom made. I mean, there's like, first of all, it's a great experience. They make it right in front of you. And then there's different options. So there's a menu. It's kind of like going to Chipotle. You pick a protein and then you pick your vegetables and, and all your toppings or whatever. So with coffee, it's like you pick your bean, what kind of bean or flavor do you want? And then you pick different mixes. So it's custom made. I think it's awesome. It's really good.
Yeah. And it's way more expensive on the price, but I feel like the value is there because I know every time I go, it's an amazing cup of coffee. I know I'm going to have a great experience. Either if I'm treating Phil's like a commodity, like I order on the app, I know that I'm going to get a notification. There's a picture of the person who made it. Not that I really care about that, but the whole experience from start to beginning, it's an experience, right? It's immersive. It delights the customer. It's an irresistible cup of coffee, and they explain on the menu the different tasting notes and things like that. So it's still a cup of coffee, right? But what Phil's has done is they've taken a commodity and they've turned it into an offer, right? And they're able to charge a lot more for it. It's value based. Even though I'm spending $5 or $6 on a cup of coffee, I know that the result, the caffeine buzz, is going to be on point because it's a ton of beans, it's a ton of hot water, and it extracts the beans really well. You kind of see where I'm going with this. So chiropractic or coaching, relationship coaching or performance coaching or SEO or sales. When our customers hear this stuff, immediately they're thinking, or like me, I'm a funnel guy. Okay, you can hire somebody overseas to build your funnel for $100 or $200, right? I'm trying to stay out of the commodity pricing where I'm just saying, here, I'll perform this service for you. I want to deliver an experience with my service. All right. So when I build funnels for people, I want to bring them into the mastermind. I want to meet with them one-on-one. I want to give them tech support to me. Like, I'm not just, we want to stay away from the commodity. We want to stick to the offer. I'm rambling, But what are some ways that you can make yourself an offer, Jason, as opposed to a commodity? So it doesn't matter. So offers, it doesn't matter the hours. It doesn't matter the price. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter because people will drive past 5 other chiropractors to come to you. Yeah. So what are some ways that we could make?
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
Add under offer. Maybe I've just missed it, but I would add relationship.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
It's a thing that you don't develop with a commodity.
Right. That's good. Okay, so that's some attributes. So, all right, what's one way we could make your service unique, Jason? We'll just ramble off a few of these and then we'll move on.
That's the part. I'm like, that's the thing I'm struggling with. But
Educate.
yeah, educate.
So and so unique would be one of those things where it's like, what makes you different than other people in the same industry? In this, so for me, it's like, what makes me different as a performance coach? What makes my company different?
Yeah, well, and I got to jump off and I'll be right back. But one of the things we always talk about is like, how do we define for somebody the problems that people are having they might not have realized, right? It's like, oh, you know what I hate? I hate boring coffee in Starbucks. What would be awesome if I could find a place that was a little more custom and crafty, and people go, oh yeah, you agitate, right, Caleb, and you just agitate a little bit of like, oh yeah, that would be great if I could get that. How do I get that? Oh, I talked to Graham.
That's good.
I like that.
So, Jason, something we've talked about in the past is unique could be something as simple as specialization.
Yeah.
So you've expressed frustration that you've expressed that some of your clients who are healthcare providers really want you to talk to them in a clinical sense, not at like a 6th grade level, right? And so just specializing as the nurse chiropractor.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
Nurse chiro. You'll serve everybody, but you know, you specialize in nurses. All right.
Sure.
Or you are a trained radiologist who also does chiropractic, so you can treat advanced conditions.
Yeah.
Right.
Love that.
So,
Yeah.
So is it when you talk about specialization, is it specializing in the product you offer, or is it specializing in who you treat or who your customer is? Narrowing down your customer.
I would say it's specialization in a body of knowledge.
Yeah.
And so people who need that expertise are going to seek you out. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what you charge at that point because you're the specialist. I mean, I see this every day in the hospital. We have a cardiologist here. He gets referrals from 200-300 miles all the time, only because he treats chronically blocked arteries. Most cardiologists will treat something that's 99% blocked, and they can still thread a wire through it. This guy will, totally blocked. He'll put wires through it. You may think, well, don't they all fix that? No, like it's like a subspecialization of a specialization. So you may think, I'm already specialized, I'm a chiropractor. No, there's other chiropractors who can adjust, right? But you specialize in healthcare providers with radiculopathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just say that over and over again in your marketing, and then the healthcare provider who got an X-ray from their primary and like, hey, you're diagnosed with this, you need to be on light duty. They're going to see your ad or your brochure or your lead magnet, and they're going to come to you, right? So it doesn't matter what time of day you're open, right? They'll cancel work, they'll cancel engagements, and they'll come talk to you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So value-based. What are some ways you can be value-based as opposed to price-based?
Provide results, but not ever beyond just do rehabilitation as opposed to just adjusting.
I think
Jason,
talking to them clinically, that's a value, that's something they want. Like, as opposed to me, like, I want you to talk to me like a sixth grader, so I understand it.
I think what I need to hear to be able to help in the conversation is just what your answer is to what makes you stand out. I mean, because everything that's been listed so far, I can also think of, several chiropractors who could also say the same thing. So I think we need to answer that question: what is unique about you? And if maybe nothing comes to mind, that's what we really need to figure out. Because once we know what that uniqueness is, then we can build an entire huge offer stack around it.
Well, I am specialized in radiology, so the interpretation of imaging. So that I have a greater depth of understanding of a lot of conditions that a lot of chiropractors don't, because of that additional training. Like, so, like I totally own imaging where they don't. They're guessing at a lot of stuff. They're making stuff up. And I'm the real deal when it comes to reading that stuff. So I have teaching experience. I've taught at the college level, teaching chiropractors. So I come from a position of experience in that.
What have you taught them?
I taught radiology,
Okay.
but I also have some experience teaching things like technique and clinical stuff as well. So.
So would you say the radiology piece is the big one?
I spent a large part of my career doing that. But yeah, I mean, it's like, that's not really what I'm doing now. That's the hard part, is that specific skill set, although it benefits the patient themselves, it's not something that they're going to come looking for,
Right. What are the conditions and the ailments that you, with your radiology experience, can really solve? Like, how, if I had the thing, if I was complaining about these symptoms, why would I go all the way down to California to see you if I had the thing that you were able to diagnose?
Yeah. So if you had a disc protrusion or a disc, a lot of people come to me and they go, well, I've got a bad disc, but everybody's got bad discs. And so I'm strong in interpreting those images and then like understanding what another radiologist has reported. So a lot of people will go, oh, well, I've actually seen cases where doctors won't touch a bad disc. They won't touch something where the patient's they've got a disc protrusion at this level. They won't adjust it because of, like, just because there's an MRI report showing that they've got a bad disc. And it's like, well, that's that they're afraid of that finding, but that's not necessarily something that should keep someone from getting treated that way. So
that sounds pretty huge. So what for the patients that might have that, what are some of the, I'm just thinking about my own experience of, I've got a autoimmune issue that I've seen every kind of specialist for, and every specialist has given me a different diagnosis based on their specialty. Mm-hmm. So I've heard rheumatoid arthritis, I've heard ankylosing spondylitis, I've heard, I've heard thyroid problems, I've heard gut problems, mm-hmm. I've heard so many different things. And if I heard your ad that said, hey, are you struggling with these things? It could be a disc protrusion or it could be whatever, right? Right. Do you know what I'm after here? So what, as the person who's seeking a specialist who can finally solve my frustrating problem that nobody else can, and I hear that you might be that guy, mm-hmm. What would be the things in my mind that would or what would be my experience that would be specific to how you could help? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to evaluate you. I'm going to make sure that that you understand what I think I'm not going to make something up. And because a lot of times people will just go, oh, it's this, and they just throw treatment at it. And so we're going to work that out to, so if it's a disc protrusion, whatever, we're going to get you moving better. I mean,
you're answering a question, a different question.
I know.
The question I'm asking is like, because you're thinking about it from the doctor side, right?
Yeah.
But from the patient side, I'm struggling with, like, for me specifically, I've got these, specialists telling me these things.
Right.
But they're not my solution.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be people that the thing that you are able to treat better than any other chiropractor.
Oh, you mean this? I'm sorry, this on the left, you want the elements of an offer stack, Graham?
No, I got that. I'm good.
Okay.
It's just on the offer stack itself.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
So what, as the potential patient that you would be perfect for, that your treatment plan could help, what are the, what have they been researching on Google? What have they been told by different specialists that may not be solving their problem?
They may be they might be like sciatica, like leg pain.
There we go.
Back pain, arm pain, stuff where they've tried other things like massage or even some physical therapy that hasn't produced results for them. Maybe acupuncture. And what they need is they need to get that situation. They need to get mobility. They need to have something that's targeted to their specific issue, their specific area of immobility, to actually help that improve.
Okay, cool. Now I'm all of a sudden excited about what you might have to offer. I don't know about the rest of you, but when I heard you just say that, I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm hearing a unique offer, a unique program that I can't get anywhere else, that you're the expert in, right, amongst your peers. And I am struggling with all those things. And I never heard anybody tell me that it could be a disc protrusion causing these things. And if it is, then I'm the guy that has the program that's going to solve all of that you've been trying all these different things to fix, but you haven't found this solution. This is going to solve that problem.
Right.
If you can put an offer together that speaks that, I think you, like Caleb said, it doesn't matter what time or what price.
So what you're talking about is an opportunity switch or a new vehicle. And they talk about this in Expert Secrets. Graham, did you receive your books yet?
No.
Okay, read it. You need to read it.
I just got to that part of Expert Secrets.
What?
I just got to that part of Expert Secrets.
Yeah, so the opportunity switch, talking about the new vehicle. So all of our customers want a specific result. Maybe it's six-pack abs or intimacy with their wife or a relief from back pain or organic traffic to their website or a funnel to get them leads into their business. Like they all want this result, right? And they've all tried different ways to achieve that result in the past, right? They've tried acupuncture, they've tried massage, they've tried chiropractor A down the road, right? And they're frustrated because they haven't achieved that result yet. So instead of just saying, hey, I have an improvement offer, I'm a better chiropractor, I'm a better coach, you have to say, well, I have a different way of doing things. And so the pain of the past failure is not associated with your offer. Does that make sense? So like, how can I illustrate this? So we've honed on this. We have developed this a lot in Scott's offerings. And we've taken great pain to say, I am not a relationship counselor, right? Because by the time you're coming to me, your relationship counselor has probably failed you, right? You're still arguing, the intimacy is not there. You're going to counseling over and over again and nothing's changed, right? You've heard this from your clients, right, Scott?
Right.
Okay. So that's where you say, okay, that's counseling, right? I know you still want this result of this intimate relationship, but I have a new thing. I do needs-based relationship coaching, right? Where we help you on the individual level to be the best person you can be. And as a result, the two enhanced individuals, the two individuals operating at peak performance, when they come together, they're going to have an awesome relationship. If you have two broken people, and they're going to have one giant broken relationship, right? So I know counseling's failed you. It doesn't matter. We have a new way of doing things. Okay. That's how the fitness industry can always sell people these different devices to get six-pack abs, right? Or, I mean, it's like the classic example. Oh, no. It's not that. It's the Chuck Norris Total Gym, right? It's totally different, right? You use your own body weight, right? To see the idea. So the opportunity switch, like, what is your opportunity switch, Jason? You're not just a chiropractor who adjusts, right? That you've been failed by other chiropractors to treat all these symptoms you talked about. What is the new opportunity you are presenting to people? Does that question make sense?
Yeah. Like a total basically then an experience with solving problems with chiropractic adjusting and rehabilitation, like built in, targeted to their problem.
Okay, based on what you're saying, what if it's as simple as, I know you've tried chiropractic before, but your chiropractor was treating the wrong problem because he didn't know how to diagnose you? Or I've gone to chiropractors, they don't do any initial exam. They just feel my back a little bit and they crack me and they say goodbye. Like, there's no x-rays, there's no history and physical, right?
Right.
And it feels okay, but like, is it treating the root problem?
Right.
I have a question.
Probably, yeah.
What your first answer, Jason? You said chiropractic and something else. What was the other thing?
Rehabilitation.
Okay, chiropractic and rehabilitation. Could you tell me what you do without using those words? Like, what is the program? What is the solution?
Yeah.
What is the result? What is the experience that I would have?
So we're gonna put motion into something that's not moving or resisting movement, and then we're gonna build the stuff around it to keep it moving.
Oh, that is like 1,000 times better.
Whoa, man.
Say that again.
We're going to put motion into the stuff that isn't moving or resisting movement, and we're going to strengthen the stuff that we're going to build that up to keep it moving.
Right.
Like,
I
gonna
had to
write that
picture in my
down?
mind of my back and just building that up, rehabilitating that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So you went from sounding like every other chiropractor to sounding like an offer, right? To sounding like a solution to my problem. And
It's almost like we move what doesn't move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And I want to encourage you to like stop using the word chiropractor, because that immediately, as soon as you say that, I'm like, oh, okay, I've heard 1,000 chiropractors. I might be not the average, because I actually follow a bunch of chiropractors on like Instagram and stuff, because I do have back issues. But as soon as I hear you say chiropractor, it's like my brain checks out.
Right.
But what, that movement thing, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
The
motion doctor.
So
yeah, there's a company on Instagram or YouTube called Move You.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all they focus on is like moving stuff that can't be moved. It's like, and it's all pain related, and movement oriented.
that's good. The idea with the offer stack is, as you can see, I'm pulling over attributes of an offer, and I'm pulling that into his actual stack, right? So unique. Sorry. So unique. He's radiology trained, right? Not all chiropractors are. Okay. He's the professor. So we have this deep knowledge base. Okay. High perceived value. You can bundle services. So you have a massage therapy. A lot of people still like massage, whether it helps them or not, I don't know. We've talked about there's a massage therapist in your office. You can work out some sort of mutual deal where they get some sort of coupon, or if they buy a bundle of treatment from you, they get a free massage or something, and you kind of share the profits with her, right? So that increases value. So as opposed to just getting your back adjusted, you're going to get some of that soft treatment, soft tissue work in as well. Okay. You can make it experiential. I mean, as simple as having just a little refreshment stand, bottled waters. You can run an oil diffuser or something. So when they come into the office, it's like this kind of sensory experience, right? They're like preparing themselves for treatment as you're treating the other patient. And they can have some cucumber water. I mean, it seems like, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but those are the little things that add up that the other chiropractors maybe aren't doing. There's the opportunity switch where you specialize in moving what doesn't move. I think really honing in on that. And then there's the relationship aspect. I don't know. Anyone ever had their dentist call them after a treatment, like the next day?
Yeah, I think I have.
It's happened to me like once or twice, and I was like, so like, you care about me, right? I mean, you took time off the golf course or polishing your boat that I just bought for you to call me and make sure my tooth's okay. Like just simple stuff like that. I think huge.
Yeah, I think that's huge, especially when you're dealing with a time constraint. Like you can't be physically present in an office. You can call and text all hours.
Yeah, you can even add community. You can make a Facebook group for your clients where they can almost mastermind and share people who are dealing with these chronic back pain, so they can commiserate with each other. They can share tips. They can share like pillow recommendations. Women love to do that stuff on Facebook. They love it, right? So it doesn't all have to be on you, is what I'm trying to say. What Scott reminds me a lot of the time is a lot of the value of the mastermind is not what's in my head or what's in these books. It's just getting people together and just letting the magic happen. Okay. So there's power in community. And if you build that into your offer, if you see all of Russell Brunson's offers and any of the online coaches, they always have this element of community in their offers, and it can't be understated. You're going to get this training, you're going to get this tool, but you're also going to get access to this community where you can network with other people going through the same thing. So, and then the culmination of all this, now, and there's stuff we could talk about like price drops and, cost versus value. Like, I'm not going to talk about that now. Russell talks about that at length in Expert Secrets. But if you put all these things together, you have catapulted yourself out of the commodity world. And now you're in this realm of irresistible offer that's truly unique. And then at the end of the day, it's irresistible, right? It's not an irresistible offer if we just say it is. It's when you add all these things together and you're still charging relatively, close to what the market is commanding for chiropractic. It's just a matter of getting the word out there. So go ahead.
How do we make this actionable? I want to see what Jason's going to do. Unless you had a different idea.
All right. So do you have a Google document or something open?
Yeah, I have something open. Hold on.
Okay. Pull that open and you share your screen. This wasn't where I intended to go today. But I think this is so critical because we're all doing the right things to get people to hear about our marketing message and our offers, right? We're publishing online. We're putting lead magnets out there. Graham, you're publishing every single day, sending people texts, and you guys need to text Graham. Look up Graham on Instagram and join his text message. What do you call it? The daily dose?
Yeah, daily dose.
Yeah, every morning at like some god awful time in the morning, Graham is going to text you and just give you a little bit of encouragement. And it's just a good example of publishing daily, and Graham is publishing daily. So as we fill out our marketing flywheel, where we are publishing, we're capturing, and we're nurturing, people are going to see our offers. And if by the time we put all that work into it, they see a commodity, it's going to be like a big wet blanket, right? And our conversions are going to suck. So, all right. So heading, offer stack, Dr. Jason offer stack. Okay. All right. So let's make this, all right, let's say this is for your first adjustment, right? They've just downloaded your lead magnet, and then they've read through your stuff where you talk about stretching and stuff like that, and then you go to the offer. So your initial consultation or whatever, let's not worry about price and stuff like that. Let's just make it as irresistible as we can, almost to the point where it's like, I'm giving away too much value. If your offer stack makes you a little uncomfortable, we're in the right place. Okay. So your initial consultation, you're going to get what? 30 minutes, 45 minutes with basically the Stephen Hawking's of radiology. What?
A history, like the medical history, physical exam, review of imaging.
Let's say, so initial consultation, that's commodity talk. So initial consultation with, go up, there you go. I'm pointing at my screen like you can see what I'm pointing at.
Right. I totally know what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Okay, with
Okay. You're kind of doing this subconsciously, but when you type out copy, remember this acronym, FBM, feature, benefit, meaning.
okay.
So what's the feature? Medical history. What's the benefit?
Okay.
So to understand, and what's the meaning? What does that mean to the consumer? There you go. Okay. So this
Just a
is
real
good.
quick add to that, Jason.
Yeah.
I think if in my experience, my frustration has been the focus of a rheumatologist is one thing. The
Yeah.
focus of I can't remember, the thyroid doctor is one thing. I would love to have somebody like look at the whole big picture from a holistic perspective, not just on their specialty.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if you can make sure that's in there,
Yeah.
because I sense that's what you do, right?
Yeah. You want to, because it's not just like, even though I'm my treatment specialty is primarily one thing, you have to look at the whole thing in terms of other possibilities. So like, even though I don't prescribe medication, I can make recommendations about nutrition and nutritional supplements and stuff that can speak to those other things that may have a larger impact on your health and the specific problem.
What if you said holistic medical history?
Oh, okay.
Like when I hear a cardiologist do their get their medical history, it's all about heart stuff, right? So you're kind of looking at the whole person. All right. So these are some good. This is part of your core offer, right? What are some of the bonuses that they're going to get? So come down. So extras, bonuses. Let's tack it all in. We don't have to worry about price right now, what it's going to cost you. We're going to do this for 2 more minutes. We're going to do takeaways and we'll be done just a few minutes over. So
like, where am I moving on to now?
So what you just talked about is the core offer, right? The reason they're coming to you is they need diagnosis, they need treatment,
right?
But a lot of chiropractors do that, right? And so not saying that you don't have a certain degree of specialty, but we want to tip the scales even more, right? Okay. Most people who need your services, they're going to hire you just for that stuff because you're speaking their language, right?
Right.
You're talking at a higher level. You're treating complex cases, which you're passionate about. That's great. But let's tip the scales a little bit more for some bonuses, maybe that they just can't say no to. So it could be like free coffee and lobby, free massage with in-house masseuse. Just put some stuff down there. You don't have to commit to it right now. Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's awesome, right?
What about a fancy pillow?
Oh yeah.
What about a supplement and vitamin starter kit? Tailored to your situation supplement starter kit.
Nutritional review, and
I know Graham's into like blood work analysis and things like that. So you could partner with another lab or something. That could be an optional add-on, So I don't know. You kind of get the idea?
Yeah.
When you get to the point where you're a little bit uneasy in your stomach, if you're giving away too much value, that's where you need to be.
Okay.
Because that's what makes it irresistible. That's where the consumer is going to be like, I can't not see this guy, right? I've been wanting the myofascial release kit for years, and my gosh, I get it for free. So not the direction I had intended to take us this week, but my takeaway from this morning is that it all comes down to the offer. We can have marginal marketing. We can have a lackluster funnel, But if we have an insane offer, we're still going to do really well because people will seek it out. People will share it with their friends. But I'm not going to let you have crappy copywriting. I'm not going to let you have a crappy funnel. So you're going to have all those good things, but it comes down to the offer. I can't provide the offer to you, right? Any marketing guy can't provide the offer to you. So you have to make things so irresistible that they just can't say no. So my takeaway is that this is a very powerful process. And if we can hone this in, we'll never have to worry about money again, right? And we'll be able to serve an insane amount of clients with the things that we believe in that can help our clients, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help people through our products and services. And if we give them a weak offer, we're really doing them a disservice. So, Scott, what was your takeaway today?
Well, I just wanted to add to what you said, that feeling that maybe this is like too much. But also what I've experienced is the feeling is you get really excited about it because you're like, yeah, this is going to solve, this articulates and has every element. To me, that's when you know your offer stack is good, is when it has every element you can possibly throw in that you know there's no way if they come and they experience your program, they are going to solve their problem. And then you get really excited about it. And then then you feel justified to charge more, right? You feel like, okay, I'm basically giving this away for thousands of dollars, where I was charging a couple hundred. Now I'm charging thousands, but I'm still just giving it away.
Yeah, that's really good.
What's your takeaway, Graham?
Well, I think what's good is literally when you're putting together an offer and putting together an offer stack, it's like you have a structure here, so you literally go through each one of those things and then you can identify, well, what's unique about me, what's unique about my service, what's unique about what I know, and then create an offer for that. Making sure it's value-based, making sure it's irresistible, all those kinds of things. And it delights the customer. And also there's a relationship piece to it. I think that's great. You package that all together and use some attractive language, and it's a good structure.
Yeah. Jeff?
Oh, I wasn't paying any attention, Caleb.
I know you were. Yes, you were.
I know. I know this is. It's really awesome. I really love the whiteboard exercise because we think, oh yeah, I know totally different in commodity and offers. But like when you sort of really start to pick apart in the exercise, you think, oh yeah, there's a reason we do what we do. All right. And how then that's the perfect first step towards that guide of what's next. How do I then, communicate that to the people who need it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. Chuck?
My takeaway is if you feel that you are giving away too much, you are in the right place. And I get to that point, but then I pull back. So
keep pushing through.
I know it, right? One more rep.
Dr. Jason, you get the final word.
Yeah, I think for me, like being the takeaway is there's really have to kind of define these things out really specifically and think about them carefully to get them, create those offers and to kind of how you're going to define yourself. And obviously it's something that's not something I've done very much of, and it's an uncomfortable process, but I'm recognizing that like the necessity for it, and I'm hopeful about the results it's going to produce.
That's awesome. If you work the system, if you work my flywheel, people will get eyes on your offer. So it's just a matter of putting the work in every single day. So I appreciate you guys. Look forward to talking to you all individually in the very near future.
Thanks, everybody.